Okay, so a couple of tips. So one thing is that you can sit down with yourself, like get out a notebook and a piece of paper or a notebook and a pen, and you could literally write down, okay, what did child me need that they didn't get? Okay, so for example, was it reassurance that you could make mistakes? Was it, um, a lot of free time, like without responsibilities? Was it permission to be loud and speak my mind without, I don't know, being shut down or whatever the case may be? Whatever you didn't get from your parents, give that to yourself. So what that's going to look like is if you had like super perfectionistic parents who, let's say, you got a B, it was a problem, you spilled a glass of milk, they yelled at you or something like that, you want to gently remind yourself every time you make a mistake, like, oh, it's okay. There's nothing, it's not the end of the world. Only thing that's going to happen is a natural consequence, which is you have less milk and you have a mess to clean up. You got to teach yourself that mistakes are not catastrophes. This will help you feel safer in your body and safer in the world in general. And another thing that goes along with helping you feel safe, I'm like looking down because I wrote notes for this actually, is get yourself kitty things. Get yourself a stuffed animal. Get yourself weighted blanket. Make yourself a glass of milk and cookies. I've done that. I have a stuffed animal at my big age of 27. Like those little things, I don't care if someone thinks they're childish. Like that's a way that I give myself emotional safety. And it's a way that I can feel like, you know what, I may be an adult, I may have my responsibilities or whatever the case may be, but at the end of the day, I still get that piece of childhood with me. Another thing, nurture your inner child. So what games did you like as a kid? Make a list of what games did you like? What TV shows did you like? What kind of things did you like to do? Like, you can do those things. Also, another big thing I love is like watching old TV shows. And I don't know, I just feel like for the time that I'm sitting watching the show, even though now it's on YouTube instead of a TV with an antenna, all is right with the world. Another thing that you can do, and this is more so for your inner teenager, make a list of all the things that you weren't allowed to do as a kid and do them. So let's say, you always wanted certain piercings, you always wanted certain tattoos. Well, now you're an adult. You can go get them. You're an adult, so let's do it with sense. Maybe if you work a corporate job, let's say, you can always like get it in a place that's not visible so that you don't have to worry about your job prospects. If it's a piercing, you can get piercings that you can hide. Like, for example, you can hide a septum piercing if that was something that you're interested in. Another thing you could do is start to develop your assertiveness if that's something that you kind of need to work on. Start small. If, let's say, someone brings you the wrong order at a restaurant, you can speak up. Start speaking up and asking the sales associate at a store that you need help. Stuff like that. Start speaking up when you don't agree with something that a friend says. It could be, I don't know, a mild thing like they say that Pepsi is better than Coke and you think Coke is better than Pepsi. You can start saying, like, you think Coke is better than Pepsi. I mean, these are just examples, but the key is to start small and gradually build your comfort with confrontation. Like, that's a major social skill that kids need to learn and kids need to develop, and a lot of people don't develop that because of various reasons. So that's a major part of the whole, like, mature for your age. Not saying that everyone is like that, because I saw some of my comments, but if that does apply to you, that's something. And then speaking of social skills, if you feel like you're kind of not so comfortable in that area, you can always go and practice anytime you're running errands. You can make small conversation with the cashier, small conversation with a person, if the moment is right and it's appropriate. Or you could actually start going places by yourself. Go to a coffee shop, go to Barnes and Noble, go to a park, whatever. And you could make conversation with someone you see. I mean, you don't have to keep talking for a long time. If it doesn't go well, it's a stranger. You don't have to ever see them again. And honestly, if you want some more tips, I have other videos all about like how to develop your social skills. So you can maybe check that out. And then the last thing, use your adulthood to your advantage. Now that you're an adult, you make the rules. And you get to make things convenient for you. You get to do things how you want to do them. And If you want to stay and spend a Sunday playing games or watching old TV, that is your choice. You get to take time out to give yourself all the experiences that you've always wanted.